day, everyone. Today we will going to discuss the environmental factors that affect biodiversity. So the examples that affect biodiversity are habitat loss and destruction, pollution, climate change, invasive species, human population, over-exploitation, and the consequences of biodiversity loss. So the topic that we choose is all about over-exploitation. What is over-exploitation? Over-exploitation, also called as over-harvesting, refers to harvesting renewable resources to the point of diminishing returns. The term is also used and defined somewhat differently in fisheries, hydrology, and natural resource management. What are the causes of overexploitation? The first effect of the first causes of overexploitation is a number of factors contribute to overexploitation. Second, possibly rich countries overconsuming. Third, lack of incentives to conserve such as environmental success. Fourth one, economic growth causes environmental degradation. However, lowering economic growth in the rich countries will in turn lower it in poorer countries. The fifth one, increases in the human population number. Sixth, we reserve numerous useful substances from natural resources. The wind need turns to grid so that it starts over exploitation. The seventh one, natural resources in most of the regions are owned by private companies, but they misused.
Hunting, overfishing, and overharvesting contributed greatly to the loss of biodiversity, killing the numerous species over the last several hundred years. Poaching and other forms of hunting for profit increase the risk of extinction. Loss can result from overexploitation of natural resources such as trees. Organisms that used to reside in close proximity to such natural resources as displaced, resulting in a loss of biodiversity. Overexploitation of one species can result in species dominance and a reduction in the ability of other species to survive. Responsible for overexploitation, it is protective to our biodiversity in some species, avoid to overhunting, overfishing, and overharvesting because it is the cause loss of biodiversity. Even though it is help us, but it is destroyed natural resources. We protect our biodiversity in species, so we stop overexploitation to increase our biodiversity and to save our environment.
Ultimately, overexploitation can lead to resource depletion and put a number of threatened and endangered species at risk of extinction. Close to 30% of globally threatened birds affected by overexploitation, particularly parrots, pigeons, and pheasants. Overexploitation and excessive use of resources will lead to water crisis. People will have to hunt for proper drinking water, which will be difficult to get. It means the loss of valuable resource without which life on Earth is unimaginable. Overexploitation of wildlife can cause irreversible loss of species and populations, ecosystem perturbations, economic loss, food shortages, and spread of pathogens. Over 7.8 billion people are living on the planet today. This population is consistently increasing, and that has been a major contributor towards accelerating the exploitation of the natural resources. That's because an increase in population expands the demand for resources. Additionally, an increased population leads to increased ecological contamination. Forests are overexploited when they are logged at a rate exceeding that of reforestation. In developing and underdeveloped countries, billions of people are still relying on wood for heating and cooking.
As a student and as an individual, everyone must use reusable product instead of single-use items. So, in this way, we can decrease the number of everyday single-use items in reusable forms that save time and effort while also helping our environment and biodiversity to reduce plastic pollution and over-exploitations and other causes of environmental factors that can affect our biodiversity. Since the consumption of resources is a root cause of biodiversity loss, we can consume less and be more mindful about what we consume. All we need to do is to leverage our purchasing power to help protect the biodiversity by consuming products that do not harm the environment. Eco-labels enables consumers to determine which products are given safe and environmentally sustainable. And as a student, we should be responsible to protect our biodiversity and our environment. So, students, we must be responsible, we must care, love, and protect our environment and biodiversity for us to have a better life and a better future. Thank you.